Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Ray, and today's video I'm going to be doing a reading on John McAfee. This is something that a lot of people want to know. What's the tea? What's the real tea? Because apparently he was suicided, or he committed suicide. This is all allegedly, and again, this video I have to state for, personal, for reasons, this is for entertainment purposes only, even though we know that spirit is always coming through, right? So everything that I say here, remember, is allegedly, but I do want to go in and see what was going on with John McAfee. He was being extradited to the USA just a few days or hours right before he was found, and in his jail cell or whatever, prison, whatever you want to call it. And they said that he basically, they found a note, again, this is allegedly, a note in his pocket stating that he committed suicide, or that he was committing suicide. And then they found him, the way they found him. So this is very much Epstein, very much the Epstein type of thing. And so we're going to get into it today. I'm going to use my tarot cards. I'm going to see if I can communicate with his energy or anything that comes through. Let me kind of position these. I'm a big, I'm a big OCD person when it comes to having it just right. Wanted to create the moment here. Okay, so we're going to get into this. I'm going to be using today the Osho Zen Tarot. Love these cards. I got these when I went to the Unlimited Thought Center in San Antonio, Texas. I love that shop. It's my favorite shop to go to. So if you're ever in Texas and you're ever in San Antonio, this is a great place to shop. Again, Unlimited Thought Center. I'm going to be using those, and then I will be using these Les Vampires and 44 Oracle set. This is artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and Lucy Cavendish is the creator of these cards. So we love Lucy. Shout out to Lucy. Again, I'll be using these. I've never used these. Again, these are kind of like the like adult. They have like weird little faces. I don't know. They're just, I thought it was very intriguing. So we're going to be using that. So anyways, I'm going to get into it and tell you what I see, what Spirit wants you to know. So what does Spirit want us to know? Spirit, please reveal. What is it that we need to know about John McAfee? What's going on? Was this true suicide? Was this a true suicide? Or was there foul play? That's what we all want to know. Was this suicide or foul play? And I will be having additional insights on things that I can't share here on my Patreon. If you want to subscribe, it is $10 per month, but you get a lot of extras that I cannot share here, publicly on my YouTube channel. And I also have spiritual and development videos, things of that nature. So the first card that we got here that popped out is the Master. So somebody was in control of this, of his fate. Okay, that's how I take it. Again, the cards are going to have different interpretations by everybody, by anybody that's looking at this video. But the way that I perceive this personally is that there was someone in control, okay, on his fate, on John McAfee's fate, is what I get. Okay. Exhaustion. He was tired. He was being treated really bad, okay, in the Spanish jail or prison, wherever he was being held. Okay, conditions were not good, and he was not being given the royal treatment. There was a lot of abuse, things that they were doing to this man, again, torturing him in some kind of way. Very abusive, because this is look at this. Can you see that if I hold it up? Do you see the state of this? This is a man who's like sick. He's just not doing well. They were giving him some kind of drug as well. I feel that. And this other card came out, was letting go. Okay. He was ready to check out regardless, but he was not going to commit suicide, is what I feel. He was tired of it, like of the torture, whatever they were doing to him. Again, these are things that only Spirit knows. but there was a lot of threats, a lot of mind games, people that were in his mind trying to hurt him, because he knew too much. Okay, definitely John McAfee. Think about it. He's a computer software creator. McAfee, antivirus, goes on computers. You know, he knows shit. Okay, he knew shit. 100%. And then we have here past lives. So now he's reunited. Okay, this is a karmic. The hardships that he's gone through in this lifetime before he was basically murdered, again, allegedly, or suicided. This is past lives that he's had before. He's reunited with spirit, but he's not alone. I keep hearing spirits are going to tell the story. There's going to be more information being leaked out about this. There's going to be some more. You cannot pay, just everyone cannot be paid, and you cannot just take out everyone. He had other people that know. Even his wife allegedly had called him the day before or hours before. I don't know which one it is. And she said that he sounded perfectly fine. He never sounded like he was going to commit suicide. Look. Look at this. Politics. You see that? Greed. This is all about a vendetta. Vengeance. Someone wanted vengeance. Politics. Look at the snake, the serpent. This is the devil energy. This is not good. People wearing masks, covering up the truth. Again, it's all coming out here. Like, I cannot make this shit up. Like, it's here. It's here for you to see. And I have goosebumps as I'm doing this reading. We have here integration. So again, this is a spiritual warfare. This is a battle between good and evil, light and darkness. When the darkness cannot stand that the light is exposing the truth and exposing, look what happened to Trump. Look what happened to Giuliani. Look what's happening to all the people that spoke up. And Epstein is a bad example, but look at what was happening to him, and they made him disappear. So a lot of times when you are exposing human trafficking, or you're exposing the corruption that they're in, the root evil, the seeds are being exposed, they will take you down. They will take you out. What makes me also believe that this man was not suicidal, when I look at his energy, he lived a long life. Like, even though he's gone now, he lived a long life, and he wrote a letter. If you look at his tweets, I believe it came out on Twitter. He left a letter, or he made a statement basically saying that he would not suicide himself. So if that happened, it was not him, by his doing. Control, look. This is all about control. The cards are speaking, honey. Like, they're talking. They're really talking. If you pay attention, they're saying a message here. This is all about control. They used him as an example as well to others who want to speak up and say something. It's almost a form of intimidation. It's an intimidation tactic. They want to silence everyone that knows. This includes psychics as well. You know, people that are in my community are being targeted by people. Intensity. There is a lot of intense energy around this. A lot of people that know things are now afraid for their lives. They're afraid to speak up because, again, the powers that be are using him as an example of, you know, what can happen if you say too much. Beyond the illusion, remember what you see in the media, what is being dispersed. Remember who controls the media, who controls this, you know. A lot of the stuff that you're seeing is not necessarily the truth, okay? The things that we're seeing that are being fed to the publics, the publicists, and to the news, you know, articles and things that are surfacing. Remember, a lot of these people can be bought easily to paint a certain headline, okay? They always have their people operating the press. Otherwise, they would not have controlled and manipulated many things that they have for many celebrities that have passed or people that have passed. Okay, so this is saying you guys to trust your intuition, trust what you feel, and look beyond the illusions that are being fed to us through the, you know, the mechanisms of media, etc. Isolation. Look, cold. He was isolated, of course, but he was treated horribly. Like I said, horribly with the things that he did, that were done to him. I will share that on Patreon, but I can't share it here. Again, just a very cold-hearted people. They could care less about anybody but themselves, and it's all about money. People feel guilty. There is a female that feels guilty. I don't know if this is his wife or somebody else, but I also feel like she's fearful. But there's other people that are guilty, and they're conscious. They're dealing with it. And if they're not now, they will be dealing with it soon. Patience. See, all good things come out to light when there is patience. And I think that's what we need right now, is patience, because the truth is coming out. Look, a breakthrough. This is John communicating, his spirit guides and his soul. There is going to be a breakthrough in this case, in this whole thing. Even though they're trying to make it a close shut case, there is some worth looking into. There's going to be some information that is leaked, something that is given. Possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities that through his death, that there's other information that was given. I will stop here and say there was a lot of people saying that John had a had something, like he had disc or like private information in that condo on Surfside, the one that collapsed, and they wanted to know, or people have speculated that that building was destroyed partially because of what was in there in one of the rooms that he would have had or whatever. I don't see the correlation between his passing and that, but again, that's just me. I don't see the correlation, but the Creator is in control. God is in control, and God knows what is happening and why he allowed things to happen the way that they did for John, right? There are people that are celebrating again his passing. In some ways, they're happy that he's been silenced. Okay, so again, that paints you a picture. Like, again, it's more than one person that wanted him out of the picture. He was innocent. No matter what was done to him, no matter what charges were brought up against him, he was innocent in this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did shady dealings or stuff like that. But at the soul level, he did have some innocence. Like, he didn't deserve to go out that way. Awareness. People are aware. What we're living in now, people are more spiritually awoken. They are aware, and they are ready to, fight. The thing is with these celebrity passings now is that people as a collective consciousness are no longer just idly sitting by and waiting for, things to just keep happening over and over again. Now, people are now, spiritually awoken or vibrating at a higher level, and they're asking questions, and they want to know, why is this happening? Why are we seeing the repetitive headlines that they committed suicide? Why would someone commit suicide? That is at that age. I'm not saying that it's not impossible. I'm not saying that there are not people his age that would do that. But he didn't come across to me as someone that would be suicidal, right? The inner voice, he knew that this was coming. He already had received threats. This is going back to why he had posted what he posted in Twitter about a year before his passing, or however many, length of time before he posted it. Since he posted it, he knew that his life was in danger. He knew things. Look, he was silenced. Silence. That's the word that I used in the very beginning. Mind you, I just opened these deck of cards. I've never used the Osho Zen. I did not select these purposely. They're all just random cards that I selected. But they tell a story when you pay attention to it. When Spirit is talking, he's not happy. John is not happy, and he hasn't crossed over yet, even though he is on the other side with other people. There's other souls that are here with him, earthbound. And another card just popped out. So, let me get that. And this card is Suppression. Wow, look at that. He was suppressed. His voice was suppressed. His rights were suppressed, and the corruption, torture. Look, this man is being roped up. He's being isolated. It's hot in there. He's enclosed. It's an awful situation. Whatever they did to him, this man was tortured before the ending. And it doesn't have to be like physical marks, but more mentally, and whatever they gave him as well. And they feel successful. Again, there's this air of celebration. Darkness does that. They love to celebrate a victory, you know, when they've achieved what they wanted to achieve. But God has the last laugh at the end of the day, and they should fear God, because God does not play, you know. You cannot play God either and take people's lives into your own hands. That's something that you can't do. And the flowering here, it's like his soul feels free now. It feels free, but it's still in pain because of the things that were done to him, the lies and the ruining of his reputation and everything that he worked hard for. This is what these people do. They work hard at destroying your name. We are the world. Look, whoever did this to him, they should be afraid, because spirit is not human flesh. And their law is a lot different than our law here on a spiritual level. He's got a lot of angelic support. God's warrior angels, all those, they're aware of it, and they're present. So justice will be done on some level. Remember, justice, when I say that, and I said that in different readings, and people mistake it or say, you know, what do you mean by that? I don't mean that other people will be taking action into their own hands. No, this is not about law here of man. This is law of God, of spirit. And spirit doesn't play. These are the things that we see. So the fates that be are going to kind of usher in. There's a lot of energy, a lot of ancestors that know about this. And the rebel, look, he's a rebel. That's why they wanted to silence him, because he knew things and he knew who could go down. So I would have to say at this point in the reading, I'm not done yet. I'm going to use my other oracle deck. I do not believe that John McAfee, and again, this is my opinion, my alleged insight from spirit, my own conclusions, is that he did not commit suicide. As it's been stated, I don't care what evidence they have as far as a letter, you know, is concerned. I don't see it. I don't see it, and it's not that I'm living in denial. It's just that spirit speaks, you know, and I have to listen to what spirit says. And I'm sorry if I'm just rambling a little here, but I like to always be neat and put my tarot cards up, you know, before I move on to the next deck. That way I have less of. So I'm going to be using this one, the Les Vampires. I think it's very appropriate because it's a little darker. And what was done to John was a lot darker in nature as well. I'm not saying these cards are dark, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. John, if your soul is present, if spirits, angels that are in God's white light can come forth and just deliver the last few messages to the people that want to know anything about his passing, or anything else that the world needs to know, okay? Please speak up and use my hands to guide me as a vessel to deliver these messages. In God's name, I ask. Okay, so first card I got is Outsider, the Misfit, the Loner, the Wanderer. Look, that was John. He did not fit in their mold. He was not going to be silenced. He was going to speak up. He was going to tell the truth, but he was suppressed. Thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. They were obsessed with him. There were people that were obsessed. They had a thirst for blood to get him out of the way, get him out of the picture. This is dark, people. This is really, really dark. I can't even say half of the stuff that I want to say on here, but it's dark. The call of the night, daring adventure and excitement. Okay? So that means, like, for me, he had a lot of goals. He had a lot of things to look forward to. But he was silenced. He was silenced. And then we have, I don't know what this word is, mania, madness, ecstatic ritual, energy release. This was a sacrifice, okay? This was a sacrifice. Look at those words. Sacrifice, ritual. This was ritualistic. I told you the things that they did to him. But John is still around. Enlightenment, inspiration, epiphany, innovation. This is the power of spirit, okay? People that know the truth. People that will be a voice for John. Again, there are other people that know what really happened that are going to come forth and not be afraid at some point. A call for help. He's asking from the other side. And so is Spirit for help. He was calling for help that day that he was killed. Even though he was maybe in a drug-induced state, so they could take him out. But he was asking for help. Reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. He was not to the point where he had a lot of ego and pride. He was asking for help, but help wasn't given. And I feel like in many ways, the story is not done yet. The story is far from over. Like, there's a lot more coming out. A lot more that will come out. Witness, look, to know personal evidence, to speak out. Look at that. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. Like, look, it's everything that I've been channeling, what I've been saying. Evidence, people, someone witnesses, somebody knows, and somebody's going to have loose lips. A loose lips Betty is going to slip up and is going to say something. So, whoever, this may not be the only person that is allegedly taken out, I think. Supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly. Look, this is John's soul and other people that are seeking justice on the other side. Other people that have been taken out by these people. The truth is going to come out sooner or later. You can't hide things forever. So I have chills now. I'm going to cleanse my energy and drink some water and regroup myself. This reading took a lot out of me, guys. Unfortunately, it's a very sad thing that we saw with John McAfee. But as you know, as always, I'm here to serve you guys and do the readings that you would like for me to do. Again, if Spirit also aligns with that vibration, I thought it was appropriate to do one on John McAfee. I pray for his soul, that it finds peace on the other side and that justice is served. And I pray that something like this never happens again to another person, although I know that it most likely will. And I pray for the protection of those out there that know the truth and that are exposing the dark, right? And I ask that the higher powers and the warrior angels come and surround them, and that darkness is dismantled bit by bit, piece by piece, and that the truth will prevail and come out. Because remember, even though you silence this reality and the people that are in this reality that are speaking the truth, you can't silence God, and you cannot silence Spirit. Sooner or later, those spirits will come to haunt you, and they will seek justice in their own way. This is supernatural. This is not human nature. This is not the human flesh. This is God that essentially comes into play. And it may not happen today. It may not happen in 5 months from now or a year. Because I know a lot of people that are in John McAfee's family or social friends that are true and innocent. They probably want justice, and they want, they hope for vengeance or stuff like that. But it's best never to hope for that. God's timing is divine timing, and only He knows when it's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And the truth will prevail at the end of the day, is all I can say. So my heart goes out to everybody that's looking at this. Remember, do not operate out of any kind of fear, but stay in a higher vibration and keep doing the work that you're doing in the spiritual community, lifting up people in prayers, saying holding a vigil, saying a novena, whatever it is that you still hold on to, do that. But know that you are loved, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. Until next time, be sure to subscribe to my Patreon, www.patreon.com/Psychic Medium Ray. And until next time, bye.